Hello everyone, my name is Alexis, and today I am going to do a servant project presentation. I hope you like it. This presentation reflects on my service experience in a first grade classroom. Throughout this project, I had the opportunity to serve both the teacher and the students in meaningful ways. I did not just observe what was happening in the classroom, but I was able to actively step in and help where it was needed. That made the experience more real and impactful for me. In this presentation, I will explain how I chose this service opportunity, what I did in the classroom, and how this experience connects to servant leadership. I'll also reflect on how my actions align with Robert Greenleaf's idea and Christian philanthropy. And I will share personal growth I gained from this experience. Overall, this experience helped me better understand what it truly means to serve others in a leadership role. This presentation is organized into several sections. I will begin by explaining how I selected my service opportunity and why I chose to work in a first grade classroom. Then I will describe what I did during my time there and the different ways I was able to help. After that, I will connect my experience to Greenleaf's concept of servant leadership and explain how I applied those ideas in a real setting. I will also discuss the specific servant leadership skills I used, such as empathy and patience. Then I will connect my experience to Christian philanthropy using the 4 W's. Finally, I reflect on what I learned and how this experience impacted me both personally and professionally. Each part builds on the next to show how this experience shaped my understanding of leadership. I chose to complete my service hours in a first grade classroom because I have a strong interest in working with younger children. I've always felt drawn to that age group because it's such an important stage in learning and development. This experience allowed me to be in a real classroom setting and observe how a teacher manages both instruction and students' needs at the same time. I also wanted to choose a placement where I could actively help and make a difference, rather than just sit back and watch. Being in an elementary classroom gave me that opportunity. I was able to support students academically and emotionally while also helping the teacher with daily responsibilities. This choice helped me confirm my interest in working in education and gave me a better understanding of what the environment is really like on a day-to-day basis. During my time in Miss Williams' classroom, I helped in a variety of ways that supported both her and the students. One of my main responsibilities was grading papers while she worked one-on-ones with students during testing. This was important because it gave her time to focus that she needed to help students who were struggling without being distracted by other tasks. I also helped students during classroom activities such as working on a word finder where I guided them and made sure they stayed on track. In addition, I assisted with cleaning out desks while the teacher prepared for the next lesson, which helped keep the classroom organized and running smoothly. Toward the end of the day, I even answered the classroom phone so she could continue teaching without interruptions. These may seem like small tasks, but together they made a big difference in helping the classroom function effectively. One of the most meaningful parts of my service experience was working one-on-one with a student who was autistic. During centers and recess, I provided extra support to help the students stay engaged and feel comfortable. This required a lot of patience and understanding because their needs were different from those of other students. I had to pay attention to how they responded and adjusted my approach based on what worked best for them. This experience really opened my eyes to how important it is to meet each student where they are. Not every student learns or interacts the same way. It is important to recognize that. Supporting this student helped me better understand inclusion and what it truly means to make sure every child feels supported and valued. It was one of the most impactful parts of my experience that day. Robert Greenleaf explains that servant leadership is about putting others' needs first and helping them grow as individuals. During my service, I focused on supporting students in ways that help them feel more confident and capable. For example, when I helped students stay on task or understand their work, I was not just helping them complete an assignment, I was helping them build confidence in their abilities. Greenleaf also asks whether those being served become healthier, wiser, and more independent. I believe that through encouragement and support, I helped create an environment where students could grow academically and personally. Even though my role may have seemed small, I could still see the positive impact it had. This experience showed me that leadership does not always mean being in charge, but sometimes it means serving quietly and making a difference in a small way. Throughout this experience, I practiced several important servant leadership skills. Empathy was especially important when working with young students because it helped me understand how they were feeling and what they needed. I also used patience since not every student learns at the same pace, and some need extra time and support. Active listening helped me respond better to students and understand how I could help them more effectively. According to value-based leadership approaches, leadership is about serving others, focusing on their growth, rather than personal recognition. I also showed a willingness to serve in any role. Whether I was grading papers, organizing desks, or helping with small tasks, I understood that every role mattered. This experience helped me realize that leadership is not about the title you have, but about how you show up and support others. Christian philanthropy focuses on serving others with purpose, compassion, and intentionality. The 4 W's help explain this clearly. The who, in my experience, includes the first grade students and their teacher. The what was the time, effort, and support I gave throughout my service. The where was the classroom, which is a place where students learn and grow every day. The why was to serve others and make a positive difference. This experience showed me that serving others is not just about completing a task, but about having the right mindset while doing it. It is about showing care, being present, and making sure your actions are meaningful. Servant leadership is strongly connected to spiritual and value-based leadership. Research shows that leadership today is shifting away from focusing on power and more towards community and relationships. This idea is seen across many traditions, where leaders are expected to serve others and act with compassion. These perspectives show that leadership is not about control, but about helping others grow and succeed. My experience in the classroom reflects this idea because my role was focused on supporting others rather than leading a traditional way. It helped me see that you do not need a leadership title to make an impact. This experience taught me several important lessons. First, I learned that even small acts of service can make a big difference. Helping with simple tasks allowed the teacher to focus more on her students, which had a positive impact on the whole classroom. Second, I learned that leadership is truly about serving others and putting their needs first. Finally, this experience helped me grow personally by stepping into different roles and responsibilities. It pushed me out of my comfort zone and gave me more confidence. It also strengthened my interest in working in an educational setting. Overall, this experience helped me better understand what it means to lead by serving others. And that was my presentation. Thank you, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.